Good morning from Southern Australia, guys. It's a beautiful day down here, down in Aldinga Beach. Just was out at the beach. It is absolutely stunning day today. Nice, cool temperatures. But I'm here for your daily Goonies crypto news update. And just looking at the markets, market cap today is sitting at 549 billion. Not bad. It's a little bit in recovery today. We've got some good movers. Stellar Lumens, even though it's down over the last hour, up 15% overall. Neo's doing pretty good, up 10%. I've got a good little stake in Neo. I love me some Neo. Yeah, everything's moving. Verge, even though there was some Verge news out there about a fork, not much movement, still sitting at about 9 cents, down 1% over the last 24 hours. Some big movers here. Walton continues to move up, 100% on the week, 24% in the last 24 hours. Good mover on Walton coin there. Yeah, some decent stuff moving around there. So anyway, let's jump right into the news today. So first bit of news today, Ripple. 2 more companies sign on to test the Ripple's rapid pilots. So Ripple, of course, is looking to be the new answer to move money around between banks internationally. And we do have some more news coming up on this as well. Pretty interesting stuff, actually. The 2 new companies to sign on is Mercury Group and IDT. Of course, they already have MoneyGram on board. We'll see what happens with this. Of course, Ripple is probably the most centralized of the decentralized currencies. So we'll see if this does anything for their currency as far as their price goes. In response to that, however, we do have SWIFT, the actual bank's answer for wire transfers, the new fast way to move money around internationally. I live in Australia, so this is they're testing it down here. They believe that Australia is a good microcosm of the world, so it's a good place to test this stuff out, I guess. So, yeah, they're responding. They're saying by early February 2018, the SWIFT system will be in place, and we've got SWIFT versus Ripple versus Bitcoin, which I'm not sure why Bitcoin's in that argument. They're not looking to, I mean, you can send money internationally with Bitcoin, but if you're going to use Ripple, you know, it costs 10 times less than it costs to move Bitcoin around, and it's much faster. So I understand SWIFT versus Ripple. I'm not sure why Bitcoin is in there. I did read the article, and there's really no mention of Bitcoin. But basically, they're saying that they want to, they want their answer. They don't want to lose all the, you know, they want to keep their wire transfers of the old age in place, and SWIFT, this new SWIFT system, will be the answer to Ripple. So we don't need cryptocurrency. We don't need Ripple. We have our own solutions, is what the banks are saying here. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of this. Obviously, when it comes out, it's just going to be in Australia, so they're not even testing it internationally yet. Or, I mean, the Bitcoin, the Ripple, all the cryptocurrencies are international, so they have a long ways to go to try to make up that ground. So next bit of news. This is kind of funny because it's Investopedia, so this is kind of a microcosm of what the mainstream media thinks of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and the like. So they talk about how it's limbering slightly up from yesterday to 12,000, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they basically go through and they rank their top cryptocurrencies, the top 10 cryptocurrencies from January 10th. Now, this is the bankers, this is the Wall Street guys, this is the money men, and how they rank it. Their number one thing is how much money has it made me, and how much money will it make me. That's really what they're concerned with here. So as you can see, the chart that they put in there is decrease and increase in January. So they even say down here, it's a Florida-based Weiss rating. They give Bitcoin a C+ grade and Ethereum a B grade. Now this is And they even say in here, let's see, it's a pretty broad selection of criteria. Reality to somewhere in here they say basically they look at 4 major criteria for this list. Number 1 is how much money has it made me, and number 2 is how much money will it make me. Then they start thinking about, is the tech practical? Is there a need for this tech? So where us as investors, us as the inside crowd, where we're thinking tech first. That's what I think. When I look at a cryptocurrency, I look at a white paper. I read through. I say, well, before I even look at how much it's jumped in the past 24 or 48 or week or month or year, I want to know, is it practical? Is it useful? Is it Dogecoin? Is it something that I can implement in my real life? Is it going to change the world? Is it going to help the world? Is it going to benefit society? Is it something that will be adopted by society? Those are the important questions I ask first before I even look at what it's sitting at or how much it's worth. If the technology is good, if it's a practical application of something, it's going to make you money in the long run. I don't care what it's jumped in the past month like these guys are looking at. That's their number one concern. And that's kind of how a lot of people are looking at it who are just getting into it, is what can make me the next big gains? Oh, Neo's up 86%, I should get into that. Stellar's up 50%, I can get into that. Cardano down 13%. They don't know anything about the tech. They don't know, there's not even a mention of blockchain or technology in here. That's the least of their concerns. So just take stuff from the mainstream with a grain of salt, because they're looking at it as how much money can it make? Is it profitable? They're not thinking about the tech behind it. And that's what happened with the dot-coms. Everybody was, how much money can pets.com make me? They weren't thinking about, what is pets.com selling? Oh, they're not selling anything? Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't get involved in that. Time. This is a Time article. So Time.com has released the 10 most Googled questions about Bitcoin. And it's pretty funny because, once again, this shows you the level of the mainstream consciousness about Bitcoin. All 10 of these questions are day one stuff. Literally, before you put a dime in Bitcoin, you should know all this stuff and so much more. But this is literally this is the level of knowledge that's out there in the world. So, of course, first thing, what is Bitcoin? How do you buy Bitcoin? Where can I buy Bitcoin? How do I invest in Bitcoin? Notice it's all money questions. There's no technology questions at all. Pretty much it's all, how can I make money off of this? How does Bitcoin work? So number 5, we finally get a blockchain question. Although it doesn't mention blockchain, it's, and then, of course, what is Bitcoin mining? Can I mine? Can I make money off of that? How do you mine for Bitcoin? I want to make some of that mining money. People are mining Bitcoin. I want some of that mining money. How many Bitcoins are there? Well, one quick, you just look at coin market cap. You should know what every coin, how many are out there. How much is Bitcoin worth? Again, my daily trip to coin market cap, or my 5-minute trip to coin market cap, depending on what it is. You know how it is, guys. And then finally, what is Bitcoin Cash? So Bitcoin Cash is making some waves. And again, it's the hard fork conundrum. This is why hard forks are a bad thing, I think, is because it's confusing people. They're saying, well, there's Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash? Well, in my article yesterday, they're talking about 50 more Bitcoin splits. There's going to be Bitcoin Pizza and Bitcoin Candy and Bitcoin Cash Candy and hard forks of forks. And where's it all going to end up? It's going to end up confusing the hell out of people. That's where it's going to end up. So some more mainstream nonsense. This is from The Independent, a UK publication here. And this is just so silly. It's so frustrating to read this shit. This is a study conducted basically over the past couple of years. Findings from April 2017 show that almost half. Let's see, where is it here? Here we go. Let's go back up to the top. Almost half of all Bitcoin transactions are associated with illegal activities, a new study has concluded. Are you serious? You're saying to me that half of every transaction that's done with Bitcoin is to fund terrorism or money laundering or some sort of drug deal? That's just complete bullshit. And look in here, they even make reference to to Silk Road and stuff. And I mean, we're talking years ago. 25% of all users are associated with illegal activity. Blah, blah, blah. Every transaction is recorded on public ledger. Here we are. The researchers say that the high-profile Bitcoin seizures, including the FBI raid on the Silk Road dark web marketplace, as a starting point for their analysis. Well, first off, they're basing this off of information that is 2-3 years old, and at that time, maybe it was, maybe there was and they mentioned Monero in here, of course, that half of all transactions. I think that's completely changed. I think in the past 6 months, Bitcoin has changed so much, and cryptocurrencies have changed so much as far as use and everything that, it's just silly to think that half of all transactions are going to fund drugs or so. I say half of all transactions, 75% of all transactions now are investors buying into the marketplace. So again, this is more mainstream nonsense. People just don't understand it. And that's kind of what today's video is about, guys, is educate yourself. If you're watching this video, you've gone above and beyond. You know what you're looking at. You know what you're talking about. You know what's a FUD and what's bullshit and what's real out there. And unfortunately, this type of stuff here, this feeds North Korea stealing Bitcoin. The threat is growing, experts warn. What experts? Experts that don't like Bitcoin? I mean, again, it's so silly. It's so frustrating to read these articles day in and day out of people that just don't get it. And they want to just create this fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They want to say, Dash, Monero, and Zcash, they're just drug dealer money. You know what's drug dealer money? American cash, that American currency. That's drug dealer money right there. So, anyway, guys, that's about it for the news of this morning. I got a few more things I want to get up here. I want to give you an update on my HashFlare mining. Is it a scam experiment? I do have $1,000 in HashFlare that I am running an experiment on right now. I've got a video up on that, and I'm going to do an update because I actually got a tweet from HashFlare showing me pictures. I said, where's the pictures? Where's all this mining equipment? Well, I got a tweet showing me the mining equipment, so I want to post that up. And yeah, I want to just like and subscribe, starting the channel up, really trying to get this off the ground, guys, so I really appreciate your support. I've been posting it on Steemit. We are on WordPress. We're all over the place, so keep an eye out for us, guys. And thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.